I think what most people think of when they think trading is they think, okay, when these indicators line up, I can enter the trade and it will go that way. The reality is the market will go up or down, no matter what your entry is. It's a game of probability. And so what people do is they get so married to the idea that everything lined up, the probability is high that it's going to go up. They don't have any game plan. The market will do whatever it wants to do. You, as the trader, have to have a plan, a structure. What do I do when it goes in my favor? And then what do I do if it goes against me? And there needs to be a very clear plan for both ways.
How to quit your job this year, the real way. Not one day, not eventually, this year. Now, before we talk about trading, I want to teach you something most people never learn. And there's a huge difference between good, better, and best. It's good to have indicators. Indicators help you see direction and momentum. Now, it's better to have a strategy. Rules for entries, exits, and risk definitely matter, but it's best to have structure. A real step-by-step plan that tells you when to trade, when not to trade, how to manage risk, how to track performance, and how to scale like a business. Now, most people stop at good. Some people get to better. Almost no one builds best. And that's why most traders never replace their job. Now, here's the truth. Most platforms won't say out loud, a job doesn't get replaced by a strategy. It gets replaced by consistency. And consistency doesn't come from motivation, it comes from structure and accountability. And that's why trading doesn't fail people. People fail themselves inside of trading. Now, overtrading, impulse, emotion, revenge trades, indicators don't stop that. Strategies don't stop that. Structure does. And that's why our platform isn't built as a trading course, it's built as a job killer system. Trading is one of the fastest skills we've ever seen for replacing income. Now, without bosses, schedules, commutes, or asking permission for your time. No meetings, no clocking in, no can I take Friday off. Now, many of our traders are done by 9 a.m. Many trade only 2 to 3 days a week, and yes, we're big fans of no trading Fridays, but that only works when structure is enforced. Now, what makes us different is simple and extremely rare. We have the strongest accountability system in the space. Rules, boundaries, clear expectations, and an environment that prevents self-sabotage. Now, most platforms give you content and wish you luck. We give you a structure you follow. On top of that, we combine two things almost no one else does consistently. Live group copy trading calls, and one-on-one coaching support. You're not just watching trades, you're learning execution in real time, and you're not left guessing what went wrong. You get personal correction from 6, 7, and 8-figure earners who are actively involved, not just names on a page. This is apprenticeship, not information. Everything we do follows 3 intentional phases. Phase 1 is job killer. This is where you build the discipline and consistency to replace employment income without blowing accounts. Phase 2 is wealth building. Once the bills are covered, the game changes. Now it's about scaling intelligently and thinking long term. Phase 3 is asset protection, because making money is easy. Keeping it is rare, and risk control, rules, tax strategy, front to back planning. Most organizations can't even help you make a dime. We help you build structures to create cash flow, scale wealth, and strategically minimize taxes intentionally. And that's why this is the most intentional platform in the space. Now, let's talk opportunity. Right now, this is the lowest this platform has ever been, and the lowest it ever will be. That's not because of hype, not because of promotion, but because this is foundational access. Now, before this platform becomes segmented, modular, and priced in layers, once that happens, this level of access simply does not exist anymore. Now, here's how this works, and the choice is completely yours. If you take action right now, you'll have the opportunity to lock in 47% off regular retail, secure lifetime legacy access, and work hand in hand with CEO and coaching staff as you build this the right way. This is not something we roll back. This is not something we extend. And this is not something we repeat. By going through the material and completing the process, you're not just signing up for training. You're creating momentum. You're logging your first intentional investment entry, and you're starting the process of changing the circumstances you've been trying to escape. Now, if you choose not to take the steps or complete everything in full, that's completely okay. No pressure. Just understand this. The opportunity exists now. The reward exists now. And every day that passes, that window narrows permanently. You can stay exactly where you are, or you can step into a proven process that's already working for others. The choice is yours. And if you're ready to move forward with clarity, book your walkthrough now. If not, no hard feelings. Just don't confuse comfort with progress. It's this week. This is it. The time is now. After this, we're moving to the moon. Chat soon. God bless. All right, welcome to the Trade Deca X podcast. We are excited to be here with you today. I've got Mr. Zach Shanky on with us, and as well as Travis Hunter Hennigan. He wasn't with us last week because he was too busy twiddling his thumbs.
It's a very busy activity. Takes up a lot of time.
Kidding. He's way too creative for that. He's constantly on the move and groove with AI and UI and developing and application, you name it. So every little bit of experience that you get to experience is all because of, well, kind of a little bit of all of us, I'd say. But Travis really takes it to another level in terms of creating a more, would you say kind of like an Apple-esque vibe? Where are we going with this? It's really your own. Like you've got like a really unique vibe to what you do, but you're very inspired by Apple kind of product launch, aren't you?
Clean, minimal,
Clean,
simple.
simple.
Oh, sorry, I had to turn off. I had to
Zach
turn off my camera. I had to throw up for a minute.
He had to leave and come back because he's definitely we say we can be friends still, but he's an Android user and it's very hard. You know how like when you're in family and you've got those people in your family that you love unconditionally, unequivocally, irrevocably, you just kind of have to work through it. That's what we have here with this ongoing conversation between Apple and Android.
Yep.
PC users. Anyways, we digress. We're going to dive into structure today. We're really happy to be here with you. We're going to go over it in very three simple steps. What sets us apart and why structure is so important, good, better, best. And, let's dive right into it. So why don't you kind of take us away a little bit there, Zach?
Yeah, I mean, I think what a lot of people do is they almost miss out on the vision of trading. And I think the vision is super important, in seeing longer term. And so we kind of have this outline and this structure of what can help someone ultimately create generational wealth. And this is where people get really, really short-sighted and all they want to do is quit the job or, something like that. Oh, sorry, Zoom thinks I'm raising my hand. There we go. So they want to quit the job or they want to, or they at least they want to make a supplemental income. And those aren't terrible goals. However, the way we see it, that's like step one. That's you're just starting,
Most people don't even know all the steps, like actually like to start, stabilize, and scale. They really don't know how to move through that.
Exactly. Yeah. And so step one though is exciting. It's probably the most exciting step for most people, which is building cash flow to quit the job. And we call it the job killer step, right? And so basically everything that we typically talk about is just about that. 10 pips a day, our strategies, our rules and discipline surrounding the strategies, how to mitigate risk, how to manage risk. All of those things have the end goal and the aim of being able to leave the job, whatever job you have. And so typically we talk about six figures, but that's ultimately the starting point. There's kind of sky's the limit with trading. But for most people, six figures would replace their income. And so that's kind of how we typically pitch it to start out.
Now, would you say that a lot of people get kind of stuck in again, so if we bring it to the good side of things, like most people coming through here with a YouTube university mentality, I gotta learn it all by myself. Okay. Ah, we have some cool stories for you here today on why that's not going to work for you, and you're probably not going to be the 1 to 3% to do it all by yourself through YouTube. But like a lot of people are kind of starting off, would you say, like learning about indicators and like trying to figure out how to play Russian roulette with these things?
Basically, yeah. Like they kind of think, I think what most people think of when they think trading is they think, okay, when these indicators line up, I can enter the trade and it will go that way. Let's say they line up for a buy, you hit the buy button, the expectation is that it's gonna buy.
Mhm.
The reality is the market will go up or down, no matter what your entry is. It's a game of probability. It's higher probability that it will go up in this example, right? But it doesn't mean it's not going to go down. And so what people do is they get so married to the idea that everything lined up, the probability is high that it's going to go up, that they don't have any game plan for if it does go down. And so
Mm,
it'll go down and they're like, well, wait a minute, I'm going to cross my fingers and I'm going to pray that it's going to turn around and then
mm.
go up like it said it should go up. No, the market will do whatever it wants to do. You as the trader have to have a plan, a structure. What do I do when it goes in my favor? And then what do I do if it goes against me? And there
Right.
needs to be a very clear plan for both ways.
So you just moved from good to better, which
Yes.
is strategy. So you went from indicators to we've got strategy in place now. Now let's talk about the best part, which again, we're talking about structure to start, stabilize, and scale with strategy, systems, and support.
It's a lot of S words. Those are seven
I
S's.
could I could have thrown a really big pile of S on that, but
Uh, so the structure, this is where I think this is probably the huge distinguishing factor between us and any other trading platform out there because we're looking at the long term, we don't necessarily care about the huge wins. Okay, we actually have a really cool guy in our community. Um,
Let me
um,
guess. His name starts with an S.
No, his name name starts with a G. But anyway, so this gentleman, fantastic dude, and he had to share with me a huge win. He had a 75 pip day on Monday, which is awesome. And what's great about this person is that he's not going to now take that as his new expectation. Like every day I'm going to get 75 pips. He doesn't do that. Other people would. And this is where, if you see these hypey traders out there, they're like, I got a 400 pip day. All right, what'd you do the rest of the week? Minus 400? Because that's statistically, that's probably what they're doing.
So
So the
just for
structure
perspective
part,
though, just for perspective, just as you continue to move here, like 75 pips with our structured systems graduated into a prop firm, what does that translate to at $20 per pip? I
that's
just did. Yeah.
$1,500. And it took him 30 minutes, which is exciting. And he was very excited to share it. It's a good feeling, right?
Mhm.
However, what we do is we maintain this expectation of 10 pips a day because we know the power of trading, it's less about the beautiful big trades like that. It's so much more about the consistency.
Right. And
And
this is for foundations though. Would you say like because again like we're here to help you start, stabilize, and scale. So starting point is we want you to graduate that 10 pips a day focus, right? And this is happening really, really, really well right now that we're seeing a lot of people that have struggled in the past are actually coming around to see this transformation happen within themselves with that focus of that 10 pips a day. And then new people coming through, And we're calling this basics, and then we have next and max, where you get to scale not just your contract and your lot size, but you scale out your pips as well, right? But for right now, when you're first getting started, like you could be sitting in front of a 45, 50 pip play, but it doesn't matter. You're just letting it hit your take profit, and you're going to
Mhm.
continue to log your journey and also log your progress and also log what you're learning, right? So that you can get comfortable to scale that out later. But continue there, Zach. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean that's exactly right. So having that structured focus of, okay, phase one, job killer, what has to happen? My focus is just 10 pips a day. The beautiful thing about it is people tend to manage their risk more effectively. They tend to take profits when they have profits instead of, it's like if somebody wanted 75 pips, for example, and it goes 20 pips in their favor, they're not even like doing a break even, or they're not collecting any of that 20 pips. They're waiting so that it goes all the way up to 70, and then eventually it comes down the wrong way and they're like, "Oh no." Right? So it really changes the way that they look at their trading. Um, should I share this screenshot as an
Yeah,
example?
while you're sharing the screenshot, I also want to go into again the strategy, systems, and support part here because you're pulling up this screenshot with intentionality. You can bring it up on screen as I'm talking here, but I want to talk a little bit about this individual. We're not going to share a name because we really don't want our students to bombard the individuals that are coming through. But this is also an individual. If we were to kind of paint the picture of the story, this individual has been with us for how long now, Zach?
Quite a while.
Right.
I don't know the exact number.
And this person came in
Sorry, I mean,
having kind of like the Leighton Williams interview. If anybody's ever seen the Leighton Williams interview, came in disenchanted with a previous experience. Did he not?
yes.
So he's coming in disenchanted with a previous experience, also coming in with some really challenging habits that we had to work through.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the one call that I had with this individual. And this individual came to me. We had a coaching call, and he says, "Bryan, I've been doing this for 3 months. I'm so fed up. I'm so frustrated. I'm not making any profit." I asked him, I says, "Okay, listen, how many sessions you doing? How many instruments you trading? What do you got going on over there?" "Well, I'm basically getting on every single call that I can, so I'm doing everything like I'm like doing multiple sessions a day." I said, "Okay, well, what are you trading?" "Well, I'm trading the NAS, I'm trading the Dow, I'm trading the FTSE, I'm trading uh the the UJ, I'm trading all of these things." I'm like, "Okay, segment." And he's like, "What do you mean by segment?" I'm like, "Start first and foremost with your currency. Which which instruments, segment them in your spreadsheet, in your program, like we're looking at this right now. Segment this for me, please. And then come back to me and tell me what those numbers look like." He said, "Bryan, I just realized after doing just that one thing that you told me to do, I would be 200 pips in profit right now if all I did was trade US 30.
Yep.
You tell me, Zach, how many people right now are swimming around in their strategy and their systems right now, and they would still be completely lost trying to figure out just that one thing?
It's I mean,
We
a lot of people out there.
we talked about it in last week's podcast. So if you haven't watched or listened to last week's podcast, the reason why mentorship and oversight is so important, and I think that we have in one of our presentations where we talk about how Elon Musk says that the most valuable thing that you can do, the wisest thing you can do, is have wise counsel and people where you have a feedback loop, people that are actually doing this well and professionally that can actually oversee and see you and help guide you and help you trim the fat and change the things that you need to change in order to make the difference.
Hmm.
Anyways, I digress. That's the difference here is like strategy, systems, and support. Find that somewhere else where anybody, never mind the founders of the company, are actually going to sit down with you and go over these details with you.
Right.
Find someone who's going to have a tracking system like we have right here that actually tracks what Zach is going through with you, and
Yeah.
then having people help you sift through it in a proper fashion.
So what's really great about this data in particular, there's a few things I want to just point out and highlight because I know what his daily goal is, which is not actually 10 pips a day. He wanted to ramp it up to 20. 20 pips a day is his goal. All right. Now, but what I like about this is he doesn't hit it every day. And it's clear that he's striving for it, but he's letting it go. And let me show you. Friday the 2nd, right? $383. So 20 pips based on his lot size would be $400. Okay, so he didn't quite get there. Did he take an extra trade to get over the fence? No. He has rules. He knows how many trades he's allowed to take. He knows what times he's allowed to trade, and he's sticking with those rules. Now, sometimes you end up with a rotten day. Look at this one. A minus, that's basically, that would be minus 13
Yeah,
pips or 12
yeah,
pips.
yeah.
But then you have days like this. He was shooting for 20 pips, but the market kept going. So he ended up with
Nice.
60, 70 pips, and
100 bucks.
so it,
Nice.
by focusing on what we say is 10 pips a day, you don't need to do 20. He's an overachiever, okay? But by focusing on a simple number, you end up in and around there most days. And then some days you end up way above. Some days you end up a little above, and some days you end up a little below. That's pretty much the three outcomes. Following our structure, it's you would just have to be a silly goose, and by silly goose I mean kind of stupid to let it fall and have a big loss. Okay, if you
He went out and said it. Like he just said it out loud. I usually like to let people know on the other side the why, look at the smart dashboard. What is it? Actually bring it back up on screen there, Zach.
okay, sorry.
We want to be SMRT, or what is it? How you spell it? SMAR? Oh yeah, right there at the top left hand of the dashboard there. Make the smart decision. He
Smart,
just went
yes.
ahead. I try not to call people names.
No, 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 no. I don't think the person is not stupid. Their action was stupid.
Fair. Okay. Okay. Thank you for cleaning that up with us. Yeah.
I
Anyway,
mean, and in everyone's journey, there's always a day where you make dumb decisions in the market. I've done it.
I mean
Brian's done it,
that's in
you know,
life. That's in
and
life though too. Everybody does it.
right. And the key though is really focusing on consistency. I guarantee you this gentleman on the 6th was very frustrated. He was not happy with that day. You know what he did though is he said, "You know what? It was one day. I had two great days in a row. It was one day. Tomorrow's a new day." And look at the rest of his month.
Yeah.
Like that's huge. And so anyway, congratulations to this guy. He sees
Yeah,
it. He'll know who
it
he
is.
is.
It is an absolute pleasure and honor. And would I found just one last little detail because about this is just I know it's a cute personal detail, but it's a super incredible thing. I remember a few months ago you said, "Man, he's got a lot going on in his life," and we've coached people through a lot of different things, and we've noticed certain patterns and certain things. I don't think that there was really anything that I mean, other than giving him a smart outline and like strategy systems and support, but there was a really big shift for him when you even identified it. Like there was they were wanting to have a baby, and they had a lot of challenges in their life surrounding this beautiful little miracle that they now have, and every morning he kind of is attributing a lot of his success of his ability to be disciplined on a higher level now with the fact that obviously you have a baby to take care of, but also that he's holding this baby
Yeah.
every morning
Yeah.
and while he's trading, so
It's adorable.
that is really, really cool. Really, really cool. Now, not everybody that's coming through here is also struggling and having to deal with that for long sets of times. We got a Mr. H, we'll just say a Mr. H that just came through in the last week who's just smashing it. 97 pips a week, average, and then I think the other week it was like 200. What are you at? Like this week, I think you said something like five
Here, let
thousand
me
bucks or something like that.
I'll tell you. So last month was his first month with us. His first trade was literally December 1st. Okay. And last month he grew his account by $6,000, 6,300. And
Mm.
then this month so far, this gentleman is at He's up $9,346.
So
So, and that's out the gates. Now, not everyone does that. Not everyone struggles first and then
yeah,
ends up like this guy we showed. There's a mix, and that's the goal though is to focus on that structure, 10 pips a day.
and
You'd
it
be surprised.
should tell you something too. Like again, we just gave you a couple stories. There's somebody who just came through who's just completely smashing it. There's people that are going to do that, and there's people that are going to be here for 3 months and smash it. There's going to be people here that have learning disabilities. And we have one who's been with us for a while who just smashed it, and he's now managing a $50,000 account. Like, come on, man. Like, we're here to help guide you. It's the idea that like you are making a decision. This is simple. Simple and easy are two different things. Okay.
Mm.
It's not easy to always go to the gym every single day. I go to the gym 6 days a week unless I'm almost dying or sick in bed for a reason that I need to recover. I'm going to the gym every day except for Sunday is the only day I don't go to the gym. I give that a good rest. But outside of that, that's simple. That's simple. It's not always easy. And to track what I'm doing in the gym, my time under tension, my reps, all those moving elements, it's not necessarily always easy. Sure feels good
Right.
after it's done though, boy. And
Yeah.
so this is a simple outline for you. Come commit, get it done, and we're going to walk with you through it. You can like one of the biggest transformations in my life was I lost over 100 pounds in 6 months. Read a book called Body for Life by Bill Phillips. Come get your finances for life done over here.
Yeah.
Go through our program. Go through our Backstage Pass, which is basically like the Body for Life book, but a more interactive experience for your finances for life. Now's the time. And genuinely, right now, you would have caught in the intro, there has never been a better time than now. We are about to go to the moon. Genuinely, this year, 2026, is a to the moon year. And you get to be on the foundational right here, right now, where you get CEO Fast Start Focus. You get our support, the guys on this call directly from us with our coaches, one on one, group coaching, live copy calls with the legend, Mr. Yoda, James Leone. 41,000 pips last year. Over 41,000 pips. We were averaging 28,000 pips before that. We have succession happening. You want to sleep on this? Really? We love you too much to not tell you the truth. That the smartest thing for you to do is make this shift and the change right now. Book a time with our team. Let's get you moving and grooving. This is the year. No more living in fear. This is the year. We'll see you on the other side.